What if Harry Potter's final act of heroism was not just defeating Voldemort, but sacrificing his own life in the process? Imagine a world where the boy who lived becomes the boy who died to save everyone. This isn't just a story of victory, but of the ultimate price paid for peace. The final battle rages at Hogwarts. Spells flash and explosions rock the castle. Harry and Voldemort face each other, wands raised. Their spells collide in a burst of light. Voldemort falls, defeated at last. But as the Dark Lord crumbles, Harry stumbles and collapses. Cheers of victory turn to cries of horror. Hermione and Ron rush to Harry's side, but it's too late. The boy who lived lies still, his life given to save the wizarding world. Tears fall as the reality sinks in. They've won, but at a terrible cost. As the dust settled, the wizarding world faced an unthinkable reality. Their savior lay motionless on the ground. But what would this mean for the future they had fought so hard to secure? As the dust settled on the battlefield, a chilling realization dawned. The prophecy's words echoed with new meaning. Neither can live while the other survives. Had Dumbledore known all along that Harry's victory would come at the ultimate cost? The true nature of Harry's destiny was about to unravel in ways no one expected. In the immediate aftermath of Harry's sacrifice, shock and disbelief rippled through his closest friends and allies. Hermione and Ron, still struggling to process their loss, found themselves at the center of a grieving crowd. Ginny, her face etched with anguish, clung to her family for support. Even in their sorrow, a sense of awe began to take hold as they grasped the magnitude of Harry's final act. Professor McGonagall, her usual stern composure shattered, addressed the survivors with a trembling voice. "Mr. Potter's sacrifice, Harry's sacrifice, has ensured our victory. But at what cost?" Her words hung heavy in the air, a question that would haunt the wizarding world for years to come. As the initial shock subsided, whispers of Dumbledore's plan began to circulate. Had the wise old wizard anticipated this outcome? The pieces of the puzzle started to fall into place. Harry's journey, guided by Dumbledore's hand, had led him to this moment of ultimate self-sacrifice. The magical implications of Harry's death revealed themselves in unexpected ways. The Horcrux within him, Voldemort's final tether to immortality, had been destroyed. But more than that, Harry's willing sacrifice had created a powerful protective charm. Much like his mother's love had shielded him as a baby, this protection now extended to all those who had fought against Voldemort, a lasting gift from the boy who lived. As the wizarding world grappled with these revelations, a deeper understanding of the prophecy emerged. It wasn't just about defeating Voldemort, it was about the price of that victory. Harry's transformation from an ordinary boy to an extraordinary hero was complete. His journey had come full circle, from being saved by love to saving others through his own act of love. In the Great Hall of Hogwarts, now a makeshift memorial, Kingsley Shacklebolt addressed the gathered witches and wizards. Harry Potter's sacrifice has shown us the true meaning of courage and love. He has given us a chance to build a better world, one free from the shadow of Voldemort. Let us honor his memory by ensuring his sacrifice was not in vain. As Shacklebolt's words echoed through the Great Hall, a sobering question arose. How would the wizarding world move forward without its beacon of hope? The absence of Harry Potter threatened to leave a void larger than anyone could have imagined, with far-reaching consequences for magical society. In the days following the Battle of Hogwarts, a strange mix of emotions swept through the magical community. Celebrations of Voldemort's defeat were tinged with grief for those lost, especially Harry. The boy who lived had become the boy who died to save everyone, and his sacrifice cast a long shadow over the hard-won peace. The political landscape of the wizarding world began to shift dramatically. The Ministry of Magic, still reeling from years of corruption and infiltration, faced the daunting task of rebuilding trust and implementing reforms. Without Harry's influence and moral compass, various factions vied for power, each claiming to represent his legacy. Kingsley Shacklebolt, appointed as interim Minister for Magic, worked tirelessly to maintain order and protect citizens from lingering threats. He faced opposition from those who saw Harry's death as an opportunity to push their own agendas. The absence of a clear hero figure left room for extremist views to take root, forcing the ministry to walk a delicate line between security and freedom. In this time of uncertainty, Harry's friends and allies stepped up to fill the void left by his absence. Hermione Granger, known for her brilliance and dedication to justice, became a powerful voice for reform within the ministry. She spearheaded efforts to improve relations with magical creatures and dismantle outdated pure-blood prejudices. Ron Weasley, drawing on his strategic skills and loyal nature, took on a leadership role in the Aura Department. He focused on rooting out the last of Voldemort's supporters and ensuring that dark magic would never again gain such a foothold in their society. Neville Longbottom, once considered an unlikely hero, emerged as a symbol of courage and resilience. He returned to Hogwarts as a teacher, inspiring a new generation of students with tales of Harry's bravery and the importance of standing up for what's right. Luna Lovegood used her unique perspective and platform at the Quibbler to challenge conventional thinking and promote unity among all magical beings. Her articles encouraged witches and wizards to look beyond old divisions and embrace a more inclusive future. As the years passed, the impact of Harry's actions continued to resonate through time. His sacrifice became a cornerstone of wizarding culture, shaping the moral fabric of society. The lessons learned from his life and death served as guiding principles for those left behind, promoting values of love, courage, and selflessness. Harry's friends established initiatives and organizations dedicated to continuing his fight against dark magic. The Potter Foundation for Magical Defense focused on training young witches and wizards in advanced protective spells. The Dumbledore's Army Alumni Association organized regular gatherings to share knowledge and maintain vigilance against future threats. The efforts to honor Harry's sacrifice were admirable, but they paled in comparison to what happened next. As years passed, Harry Potter's influence on the wizarding world grew exponentially, transforming him from a fallen hero into a cultural cornerstone that would shape generations to come. In the decades following the Battle of Hogwarts, Harry's story became woven into the very fabric of magical society. His journey from an ordinary boy to the savior of the wizarding world became a foundational narrative, taught in schools and retold around fireplaces. Children grew up hearing tales of Harry's bravery, kindness, and unwavering commitment to doing what was right. The impact of Harry's legend on education was profound. Hogwarts and other magical schools incorporated lessons from his life into their curricula. Students studied not just the spells Harry used, but the moral choices he faced. The values he embodied, courage, loyalty, and selflessness, became central themes in magical education. Harry's sacrifice continued to protect and inspire others, much like his mother's sacrifice had protected him. The magical protection he had cast over those who fought against Voldemort endured, creating a lasting shield against dark magic. This phenomenon became known as Potter's Shield, a reminder of the power of self-sacrifice and love. As Harry's story spread, it began to influence wizarding culture in unexpected ways. Artists created paintings and sculptures depicting key moments from his life. Writers penned novels and plays inspired by his adventures. Even music was touched by Harry's legacy, with popular songs celebrating his heroism and lamenting his loss. The Ministry of Magic, recognizing the unifying power of Harry's memory, established an annual Potter Day to commemorate his sacrifice and celebrate the values he stood for. On this day, witches and wizards across the country would perform acts of kindness and bravery in Harry's honor. Harry's friends, now respected leaders in their own right, continued to share personal stories of their time with him. These intimate glimpses into Harry's life humanized the legend, reminding people that greatness can come from the most unlikely places. Neville Longbottom, in particular, became a powerful speaker, inspiring students with tales of how Harry's friendship and belief in others could change lives. As time passed, Harry's story began to transcend the wizarding world. Muggles who learned of his tale found inspiration in his journey, even if they believed it to be fiction. The themes of his life, the power of friendship, the importance of standing up for what's right, and the strength found in love, resonated across the magical divide. In a surprising turn, Harry's influence began to bridge gaps between different magical communities. His story of overcoming prejudice and uniting diverse groups against a common threat became a rallying point for those seeking to improve relations between wizards and other magical beings. Harry Potter's sacrifice left an indelible mark on the wizarding world. His friends and allies, while grieving, found strength in his example. Hermione championed reforms at the Ministry, Ron led efforts to root out dark wizards, and Neville inspired a new generation at Hogwarts. The protection from Harry's sacrifice, like his mother's before him, continued to shield those who fought against evil. His story became a cultural cornerstone, shaping education and inspiring art across magical society. The annual Potter Day celebrated his values, encouraging acts of kindness and bravery. Even Muggles found inspiration in his tale, bridging gaps between magical communities. In giving his life, Harry Potter gave the wizarding world more than just victory. He gave them an enduring reminder of the power of love and the courage to choose what is right over what is easy. His legacy of sacrifice and love continued to shape the magical world for generations to come.